Well, hello everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I am going to do your November the 29th just for today in a meditation. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's get into it. The title, Our Higher Powers Care. November has been intense, hasn't it? Our higher powers care. We believe that our higher power will take care of us. Basic text, page 58. Our program is based on the idea that the application of simple principles can produce profound effects in our lives. One such principle is that if we ask, our higher power will care for us. Because this principle is so basic, we may tend to ignore it. Unless we learn to consciously apply this spiritual truth, we may miss out on something as essential to our recovery as breathing is to life itself. What happens when we find ourselves stressed or panicked? If we have consistently sought to improve our relationship with our higher power, we'll have no problem. Rather than acting rashly, we will stop for a moment and briefly remind ourselves of particular instances in the past when our higher power has shown its care for us. This will assure us that our higher power is still in charge of our lives. Then we will seek guidance and power for the situation at hand and proceed calmly, confident that our lives are in God's hands. Our program is a set of principles. Our white booklet tells us the more consistently we seek to improve our conscious appreciation of these principles, the more readily we will be able to apply them. Just for today, I will seek to improve my conscious contact with the higher power that cares for me. When the need arises, I know I will be able to trust in that care. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Very powerful. This is a powerful meditation because there is this assumption that you have established your step two, came to believe that a power greater than yourself could restore you to sanity, and gone on into step three. And you do have faith. You do believe that you have a higher power that is worthy. Let me say that, a higher power that is worthy of you turning your will and your life over to its care. That's why I keep telling everyone, you must know where you're at with your higher power. You must understand who you believe your higher power to be and how that relationship works. Whether it be the tree, the bird and the bees, animals, traditional gods, there's Yahweh, there's Buddha in a sense, there's Allah in a sense, there's all of these other gods that people can choose. And who and what they choose is no business of mine, nor is it of yours, or even that they choose. But here's the thing, if you're going to be in the process of recovery, this one thing I know for certain, and two for sure, it is much easier if you have a higher power of your own understanding. And it is much easier if you practice the relationship that's needed to have that level of trust. There's no way I can marry a man from the moon and trust that having come from a far distance, I'm just going to let you into my life and be my husband, someone that I turn to for comfort and intimacy and kindness and interaction. And I know nothing about you. See, your higher power cannot be a mail order bride or groom. That is not going to work. Your higher power has to be based on your own presence, your own understanding, your own need, your own requirement, your own being, and worthy of you feeling like you can turn the care of your life and your will over to this higher power. And if you're not there, you need to be able to say, I'm not there. I don't have that. Because if you go throughout life acting as if you do, which I guess you could act as though you do and follow spiritual principles such as good orderly direction. If it's not practical, it's not spiritual, that would be your save. So you don't necessarily have to nail it down, but you need to know that you haven't nailed it down. And you need to have a plan B. What are you going to do when things hit the fire? You need to figure out, what am I going to do now? You need to have good orderly direction in your life. A lot of times that's your sponsor, your sponsorship line, your network, your meetings, your service work. It could be a number of things connected to Narcotics Anonymous, right, in the program related to the fellowship. Very few people today even bother to ask other people, what do you think I should do? So much pride, won't even ask, what do you think I should do? And in that moment, they can have more faith in you than you have in you, and be the very thing that you need to get on to the next thing that your higher power has for you. My name is MightyStream. We are talking about today spiritual principles, and one of them being faith, and that we need to improve our conscious contact with our higher power and believe that our higher power cares for us individually. You don't need my higher power to care for you. You need a God of your own understanding, a higher power of your own understanding that you find worthy to care for your needs. Your life will be much better, so that when the need arises, if you improve this conscious contact, you do the step 11 work here. If you do it, when the need arises, you will know that you can trust in the care of the higher power that you chose. See, when you choose it and you understand it, you should have no problem in turning your will over to it. And if you do, maybe there's a problem with the way that you chose it. And you can always go back and revamp that. I did. I can't even tell you how many times I had to finally make the cut from religiosity and that higher power that came with that belief. How many times I had to reinvent and revamp it so that I could survive, that I could breathe, that I could live and trust and know that every time I made a mistake, I was not in trouble. I could talk about this forever, but I'm not going to. My name is MightyStream, and I have enjoyed thoroughly discussing our higher powers care for us. I hope that today, that you will make today, which is November the 29th, the most beautiful November 29th. We're getting close into December. We're getting very close towards that last month of the year. Let's finish strong. Let's finish strong. You know, make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you share, you like, do all of that, but make sure you subscribe, because some of these are going to be releasing the first, as soon as midnight hits, they will be releasing. Some of them, not always. But make sure you subscribe and make sure that you are ready to do your own meditation. Have your literature ready. If you have the book, have it open. And be ready to take that moment of silence and just, have a beautiful, beautiful set to your morning so that as you go, you can go in stride and go in strength and make it the most beautiful day on purpose. I will be talking to you tomorrow.